Yeah! NBA Straya, how you going? You're right, you should be. What was it, Jim? Well, it's probably Monday morning when you're listening to this, so you should be fine. You got a full week ahead. I don't know, but I'm doing this on a Sunday night. We're trialing the new thing here on NBA Straya, and I'll tell you what a week it's already been in the NBA. Isn't this awesome? So, basketball, give me the ball because I want to dunk it. So what we're going to do with NBA Straya, we'd usually sort of do the weekend winners and losers. And what we're going to do is essentially 10 instant overreactions to the start of the NBA season, right? So with weekend winners and losers, it's kind of the same thing. It's just a bit rebadged, you know? And we'll quickly go through a bunch of the games that happened over the weekend. Some of them were awesome. We got the debut of Amazon Prime Video broadcasting NBA games, and it rocked. So I got a couple of vibes about that. But we'll also sort of, do the weekend awards. We'll do NBA Straya Approved Performance of the Night. We've got Old Mate, No Mate, Spud of the Night, Better Than Lonzo Ball, all the good stuff. And an Andrew Gaze Great MAMBA Award to go with Nas, an Unpopular Opinion of the Day, and OUTBACK TAKEHOUSE, where we're serving up a flame grilled take. So this is just going to set you up for the NBA week ahead and wrap up, the start of the season that has been. It's been awesome. So strap in. Let's get into it. Episode 1311 of NBA Straya. Let's go!
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
Whoa, you better. Better watch out for the old man Jim attack as well. I had the boys with me, both the squids hanging out. Went to, where were we? One of the Rebel Sports that had the basketball court in it. And we're like, I better have a bit of a shoot around, check this out. I'm just like fucking dropping jumpers in. It was beautiful. And of course, my shoulder's just still crook as. So despite all the bloody physio, it's still a bit sore, but just saying. Old mate Jason Jim Kid Clements. He's back. Anyway, good times. In terms of other news from the weekends, we've had a little bit pop off, not too much. So the wrap, I guess, of the gambling scandal has been essentially like the Blazers letting Thiago Splitter become their new coach. They looked awesome. So instant winners, it kind of feels like coming out of this is the Portland Trailblazer franchise. But otherwise, it's kind of just like been that rocked the NBA. Now they've got Amazon Prime, and we've essentially spent the last day and a bit just reveling in how good that broadcast was, right? It was awesome. So if you didn't watch a bunch of it, you had, the likes of Dirk and Blake Griffin, Udonis Haslem, Steve Nash and co. hanging out, just talking hoops and showing you how stuff works. It was rad. So that was good. I enjoyed it. We also had an amazing Jaylen Brown quote over the weekend, which is one of my favorite things, where he's like, hey man, like as a player, we don't profit from any of this gambling stuff. It's like, wait, Jaylen, do you believe that? Aren't you a vice president of the Players Association? What do you mean you don't profit from the gambling ads and all the gambling associations the NBA is making? That's just putting money in your pocket, idiot. Because that's how you make revenue as a league, and that's how you get paid. And people are, oh, it's not in context. I watched the entire fucking thing. That was full context. Jaylen Brown, is he a dumb smart dude? I don't know. Isn't he? He's like good mates with like Bill Nye the Science Guy, all that sort of cool stuff. But to not be like, yeah, look, I guess he's trying to say like, if you put a fucking multi on me, Jaylen Brown, and that multi wins, I don't make any money from that. It's like, but you kind of also do. Because when that person loses on the Jaylen Brown multi, that goes to the bookies, and they're paying a shit ton of money to advertise with your broadcasters who have now got no other fucking ads on their TV networks, right? So, yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. Otherwise, the sort of big news from the weekend was like the rash of very sort of, I don't know, predictable injuries coming out of the first couple of games. Brandon Spindles-Miller goes out with a shoulder injury for the Hornets. That sucked. The Atlanta Hawks play without Jalen Johnson and the Extreme Zinger Meal today, which is just a pain in the ass. Extreme Zinger Meal.
Extreme Zinger Meal.
So you could say he wasn't supercharged today.
Supercharged Zinger Burger.
Flu-like symptoms. It did come out that he had POTS, right, which is a pretty crazy, what is it, autoimmune kind of disease. And it's just, it fucked him up. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So anyway, couple of little ones like that, and then that's about it. So we had some really fun games over the weekend. We'll just quickly recap some of them before we do the 10 overreactions from the start of the season. So if you go back to the games yesterday, our Saturday, you had the Bucks running over the top of the Raptors late, which is pretty crazy. The Raptors had been looking awesome, and then the Bucks put up 70 points on them in the second half in Toronto, and the Raps just couldn't keep up. It was crazy. The Hawks got by the Magic, and the Magic are looking all sorts of discombobulated. The Cavs were up by 25 against the Nets, nearly blew that, but still held on to win. The Knicks just shit-pumped the Celtics because the Celtics couldn't hit a shot. It was a 42-14, I think, second quarter, and the game was just over. The Celtics, oh boy. Pistons beat the Rockets in a battle of the Thompson twins. That was radical. They are both awesome. I love Orsar Thompson. I love me some Amen Thompson. That game rocked. Cade Cunningham ruled. KD was really good down the stretch. Rockets 0-2. Heat absolutely demolisherated the Grizzlies to the point where their own fans were catcalling them. The Spurs got by the Pelicans in a rip snorter overtime game. Wemby was just absolutely off his head. 9 blocks. What are you doing, Vic? What are you doing? The Wiz beat the Mavs. Amazing. Ran right over the top of them. It was nuts. It was all Keyshawn George. It was absolutely wild gear. I'm going to talk about the Mavs again in a second. The Lakers-Wolves game was really fun. Lakers just put them to the sword in the second half. Wolves could not score in the fourth quarter, and the Lakers just sort of pulled away and won by 18. It was wild. Blazers kicked the shit out of the Warriors. I picked this, obviously, back on Friday's show, right? Thinking, Trailblazers, all this fucking hullabaloo around them. Warriors on a back-to-back. Thiago Splitter comes in and goes, listen to me, Thiago Splitter. We're going to kick some ass fucking. And away we go. The Yaz and the Kings played a rip snorter as well. The Yaz, I had them against the spread. Nailed that. The Kings hold on to win at 105-104, almost despite Russell Westbrook, but he got the fires and laser. And the Spurs got just shit pumped by the Clippers. Clippers bounced back, looked good. Fat man, Bella Clan crushing it. And then today, the Bulls beating the Magic, which is, the Magic are so infuriating. Their court, their jerseys, it's such a great win, Bane. Why are they just shit sometimes? I'll talk about them later. The Thunder ran over the top of the Hawks without any of their dudes. I've got some vibes about Atlanta too. The Sixers won an awesome one with Deuce McBride hitting a game winner over Charlotte, who looked a little bit just shonky, but then were really good in that third quarter. VJ Edgecombe, solid. Maxey off his head. Embiid was better, which is good because the Hornets don't have a big man really to combat him. Kalkbrenner was fine though. He's a Supercoach roll gold gem, that guy. Just saying, you've got to listen to him. Jim does Supercoach this week for all your Supercoach gear. The Grizzlies then turned around, having been smashed by Miami the day before, kicked the fuck out of the Pacers. And then the Nuggets just steamrolled over the top of the Suns. So those are all the games from the weekend. Let's sort of have a look.
We'll zoom out and take a bit of a macro view, will we?
Yes. And do 10 instant overreactions to the start of the NBA season. It has been a really rollicking start to the year, right? To the NBA year. I've enjoyed it immensely. The family are just fucking hell, that's right. This is all this asshole does. He just watches basketball and yells at us from the couch. It's yeah, remember this part of 8 months of every year, 9 months of every year. But, we've had a couple of weird ones. Obviously, we'll just go straight into it. Number one, Wemby. He's going to win every award. Not just MVP, not just Defensive Player of the Year, but he's also going to win Most Improved Player. We could retroactively go full Ben Simmons and give him Rookie of the Year again. Fuck it. Will Johnson, was it Will? Is it Will Johnson? Mitch Johnson. The other Mitch Johnson. Fuck him for coaching. It's all Wemby. We'll give him Coach of the Year. He's a starter. I don't fucking care. He can win Sixth Man of the Year as well. That's how good he nearly had a block triple-double yesterday. It was it was absolutely insane. He got yammed on by Zion. Zion was really good in that game as well, by the way. I got some thoughts on the Pelicans later in year nars. But it didn't matter. Everything the Spurs did were like, fuck it. We've got a 7'40" dude. We'll give him the ball and some shit will probably go right. He can't buy a 3 at the moment, but it doesn't matter. Because again, he's 7'40", will block this shit out of everything and can just score at will inside. And that's kind of been the nice thing, because I've watched a bunch of these Spurs games and he is getting inside. He is working his way to the basket. It's kind of like handy when they're switching out Castle and Harper at times as well, the Spurs. These two young, fun guards. You got those veterans around him, like Vassell and Champagne and Black Falcon, Harrison Barnes. And but then you get these little smatterings. It's probably a little bit too much Luke Cornett, but he's been super fucking solid for them. Keldon Johnson, he's been okay. But yeah, Wemby, I think, was 0 of 3 from downtown in that game against the Pels. And I don't give a fuck. I'm like, that's great. He's only taken 3 threes. He's only taken 5 across his first 2 games. And he's taken 44 shots overall. That's not bad. 15 free throws too. So Wemby, that's 9 blocks in the second game, 3 blocks in his first game. That's 12 blocks to start the season, averaging 6 a game. I'm no math magician, but I'm pretty sure 12 divided by 2 is 6 a game. They're radical. He's awesome. They're 2-0. He's averaging 34.5 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 blocks a game at the moment. It's incredible. Like that game against Dallas, 40 and 15 with 3 blocks, 29, 11, and 9 blocks. Absolutely absurd gear. They went to him down the stretch as well at the end of at the end of regulation when this was all tied up. And very smartly, the way they defended the Pelicans, they just threw everybody at him and sort of crowded him off into the corner. He couldn't get the shot off properly as he sort of rushed and just got a bit sideways. But then they fucking stomped him in the overtime. So great job. Spurs are radical. That's instant overreaction. Wemby is winning every single award we have. All of them. Clutch player of the year. I don't fucking care. But Jimmy didn't take any clutch. I don't care. He's going to win all of the awards. Every single one of them. Number 2. Philly are good because they have the rookie of the year. Jesus, Jim, it's been 2 games and VJ Edgecombe looks fucking awesome. Cooper Flagg looks a little bit shit. Ace Bailey can't get on the fucking court because he's been sick. Harper's been really solid for the Spurs, but it's not really kind of his show. VJ Edgecombe, the 1-2 punch that he's got there with Maxey on Philly is Embiid becomes like a secondary thought. You watch these Sixers games, you're like, who the fuck's that guy? You're like, that's VJ Edgecombe. He's awesome. And then you watch the old lumbering Embiid score 20 points in 20 minutes. Don't get me wrong. But again, it was against Charlotte, who was starting, Ryan Kalkbrenner in his second professional game. And Kalkbrenner kind of tore him up, right? Kalkbrenner, I think, went 7 of 7 in the game. It was awesome. I love me some Kalkbrenner. He looks so Gumby-ish. I love me a fucking NBA Gumby. But Philly are good because of VJ, and he's going to win Rookie of the Year. That's the instant overreaction for Philly. Look, I went the under because I'm like, Embiid's fucked. Paul George is fucked. It's going to be Maxey. McCain's already hurt. I don't know how good VJ Edgecombe is. The rest of that roster kind of sucks as well. Maxey has just made that completely irrelevant because he's been unreal. And VJ Edgecombe in that first game was fucking awesome. Oubre had a decent game against Charlotte because it's like one of his old teams. That's what he does. But that combo of Maxey and Edgecombe, the way that they attack, it feels every fucking possession feels like it's downhill. Like they're creating shit so easily because of their speed, because of the way they can play off each other. It was awesome to watch. And I said the other day, I think in the power rankings, right? I'm like, I don't want to watch fucking Philly. Just brutal. Gouge her out. Nah, wrong. VJ Edgecombe, Rookie of the Year. It was already called by Jamie and I think Zachy B on last week's show. They sent in the nars, whatever, Outback Takehouses. They're like, Jim, VJ, Rookie of the Year. And I'm like, I don't know. I think Philly are going to be a bit shit. At the moment, Rookie of the Year. Number 3, Boston suck. Yeah, they do. Jim, I thought you said they were going to be all right. Look, I still went under on Boston's win total. I still figured they'd be like decent. And that's because the sheer volume of threes that you're going to hit game to game will, vacillate wildly. And in the first 2 games, they've vacillated into none of them fucking going in. And so they are the second worst offense in the league through 2 games, right? They have the 6th worst offensive rating. And the biggest problem, they've got 2 problems, but the big one is obviously they can't hit threes. As a team, they're 29% from downtown in these games. They're taking the second most threes and hitting the 4th worst percentage on them. Make the math work there. Joey Muzzers, Jim, I fucking hate math. Why don't we just go sit down and watch the town, bro? We'll watch the town. It'll be fucking sick. We'll do some jiu-jitsu, bro. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll fucking figure itself out, bro. I'm like, okay, maybe. They can't rebound either, right? They got the 5th worst rebounding numbers so far. They're giving up the 11th worst opponent rebounding as well. So they're getting smashed on the glass. They're the 2nd worst team in the NBA in rebounding percentage as well, which makes sense because, again, they don't have a center. Just go and get, I don't know, do-up Reef. Go and try to get Time Lord. Well, I know they're fucked with the cap and the aprons and shit like that, which is still the Players Association. Take a fucking job. Maybe when you've got Jaylen Brown in charge of the Players Association who doesn't believe that he's making more money because of gambling companies and legalized gambling and how every sponsor of the NBA at the moment is a gambling company. Anyway, maybe when you've got him in charge, turning around and going, wait a minute, maybe hard capping all of our teams was a dumb idea for all of us players. What a fucking shock horror there, Jaylen Brown. He's like, wait a minute, do we make more money if more advertisers because of legalized gambling come on board? No, that's not how this works. What are you doing? Anyway, the lack of rebounding because they don't have a center. Like, Cade has been good, solid-ish, but yeah, when you've actually got actual rebounders out there. Like, Jaylen Brown is also, like, he's coming back from his hamstring preseason anyway, so it's a bit like, you don't want to shit on him too much. But as the $300 million man, if you're getting paid $350 million by Boston, Tatum's gone. He's had 25, 6 and 4, 23, 4 and 3, shot 50% from the floor, 5 of 11 from deep overall. He's been solid. But, like, the instant overreaction is Boston is shit because he hasn't been, like, is that his ceiling? Maybe. But also the big problem for them is, like, Peyton Pritchard and Anthony Simons can't buy a fucking 3 at this point. To the point where you're just like, what is going on there? Like, Pritchard has been absolutely, completely off his feet. He's 2 of 14, Peyton Pritchard. And Anthony Simons, I think, is 3 of 10. And I want to say Derek White, he was like, I don't know, when you're out there sort of going, oh, God, we don't have Jason Tatum anymore. Derek White went 5 of 18 and he shot, that's right, what did he shoot from 3, Jim? What did he shoot from 3 against the Knicks? Oh, yeah. Chill. He shot 3-11 and you're just like, yeah, suddenly when you're going 15 of 44 against the Knickerbockers and you're going to lose by 10 because nothing's going in, you've got Pritchard, you've got Derek White, you've got Anthony Simons not canning threes. Yeah, you're going to lose those games. So Boston, they've got a couple of problems there. The biggest one is your entire thing is like, we're going to shoot a fuck ton of threes. We'll hit a bunch of them. We'll win games. That's not happening yet. So I'm a bit worried. Number 4, Dallas are kind of horrible. Who could have seen this coming? Look, they got straight killed. I mean, seriously, straight killed.
He got straight killed.
Got straight killed by San Antonio. But to lose to Washington as well by 10, both of those games at home, that's just flat out embarrassing. Cooper Flagg, the point guard experiment, yeah, it's going to be rough. He's looked like he doesn't know where the fuck he's meant to be, what he's meant to be doing. It's just got him out of position. It's got him in his own head. And then they're like, oh, well, it's okay. Our backup point guard is D'Angelo Russell. And the next time D'Angelo Russell makes a good decision will be about the fucking first time you've ever seen him make a good decision. Fucking just one of the worst decision maker IQ basketball players you'll ever see. one of the most, like, he'll be on an absolute fucking heater for a month. Like, he'll go off his head in like November, and Dallas will look like $1 million. And then he'll just turn back into a giant spud. But Clay hasn't been able to hit a shot. Najee Marshall hasn't been able to hit a shot. Max Christie's done fuck all. It's brutal. Anthony Davis has just been okay-ish. Like, decent-ish numbers, but PJ Washington, fine-ish. Cooper Flagg, fine-ish. But the turnovers, just shit like that. It's the 12th worst defensive rating. They lose to Washington. The offense and defense are both bottom 7 in effective field goal percentage and turnover percentage. 5th worst rebounding percentage, which is important considering you've got one of the biggest fucking lineups in the NBA. How is that even fucking possible, right? But getting got by like Keyshawn and George is just absurd. Like, what is going on? AD, the numbers are there, but he kind of just, it's not exactly popping off the page when you're watching him. You're like, hang on, what's going on? Anyway, so Cooper Flagg had at least some moments in that game against Washington where he got him back into the game. You're like, oh, this is pretty rad. They were getting their asses kicked. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. And then they couldn't quite get over the hump because, I don't know, there was like a bad one. AD fucked up and you're like, it was like this horrible pass to Cooper Flagg. You're like, Jesus. Speaking of which, there was a great pass by the Spurs where it's like somehow they overthrew Wemby. It's like he reaches to the fucking ceiling. How do you overthrow him? Anyway, look, I think Dallas will kind of figure this out. But the thing we've seen time and time again with Dallas, and especially Jason Kidd, is that it takes him a while to finally go, oh, yeah, wait a minute. I am an idiot. Shit, we shouldn't do this thing. We'll do this other thing. He does it in fucking playoff series. He does it across the course of a season. They really desperately need their speedy, awesome point guard who can get up and down the floor. That's right, they need Dante Exum. Kyrie Irving's not coming back. Give me some Dante Exum. He needs to get healthy ASAP. They desperately need him. Fucking D-Lo, man. Can't deal with that. But yeah, Dallas, kind of horrible. Horrible. And there are always like these sorts of teams, right, out there where you go, well, they'll be just clearly a contender. If AD gets banged up, this team would fucking straight away fall off a cliff. Even though I'm saying, yeah, he's a bit pedestrian to start the season, he's also fucking central to everything they do. It's a weird house of cards, I reckon, in Dallas. So keep an eye on that. The Lakers stink, but not really. They're probably going to be 500. This is not an instant overreaction. Like the overreaction would be, they're going to make the playoffs and be a 3 seed. Nah. But I reckon they'll do exactly what they've done these first 2 games. They need Luka to go off his fucking head to stay in a game. And then that win over the Wolves was awesome. Austin Reeves was fucking fantastic. The big problem is it's like you need to get them some help. Do you reckon LeBron's going to boys, I'm here to help? No, he's going to come and go, all right, my show now, dickheads. Fuck off. They'll likely have enough awesome Luka Austin Reeves games where they'll find a team like Minnesota who just go, what are we doing? And just shit down their leg in a fourth quarter. That they'll get to 500. So I think the instant overreaction is the Lakers will probably, I had them at 44 and 38 in the win total over-unders anyway, right? So I think the overreaction is I was right about the Lakers. But DeAndre Ayton, I think the overreaction is maybe DeAndre Ayton is already the most hated Laker since like Dwight Howard, right? It's hilarious how much those Lakers fans fucking hate him. Like, every time he catches the ball and turns away from the basket, like, as much shit as I give the Lakers and I give the Knicks and I give the Celtics and I give the Sixers, I am an equal opportunity hater. Don't get me wrong. The Lakers fans know they're fucking hoops, right? They're fucking insane. All of those fan bases do. And so when Ayton catches the ball in the paint and then takes a fucking 2 steps backwards in like a fadeaway jumper and the groan happens, it is amazing. Luka and LeBron might be the 2 dudes in the entire NBA who could just fuck his shit up, right? And just make him a passable basketball player. That might be the overreaction is if they can get him going, they could be better than 500 and could be a top 3-4 seed in the West. I just don't think they're going to be able to do it. Number 6, the Houston Rockets need to sign Ben Simmons. Box Hill Benny. God, look. The Rockets getting rocked by the Pistons was pretty crazy because it was at home, and like Reed Shepherd had another shitty shooting night, and you're kind of like, all right, so is this entire sort of Amen Thompson point guard experiment going to work? Like, if we're going to play LP Şengün, who is essentially our point guard now, they had 15 total assists in that game against Detroit, did the Rockets. That's not good. It's like suddenly they have to play Josh Okogie a lot more than they probably want to because they just need his settling presence. But, wow. Reed Shepherd, he was a minus 13 in 20 minutes the other day. It's not looking good for Meth Curry, I'll tell you that much. 4th worst assist percentage in the league so far for the Rockets. I'm just saying, like, there's other sort of point guard-ish dudes out there, but Ben Simmons is literally just hanging out. He's got absolutely nothing better to do. You're already used to playing with a non-shooter like Steven Adams, so bring Ben Simmons in off the bench, replacing Steven Adams, because like, at the moment you're playing Clint Capella. Fuck that noise. Just roll Simo out there. You got that much size out there next to you anyway. Between Jabari Smith Jr., between Kevin Durant, between LP Şengün, Amen Thompson. If you've already got a non-shooter out there, just go get Simmons, get him in off the bench, run the second unit, have a bit of a point guard. You can even maybe start Reed Shepherd. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen. But you need to develop Reed Shepherd because this is the fuck thing about just not playing him last year, right? He just is like, what is going on? I'm so used to like 5 minutes here and there, and it's fucked him. So anyway, go get Ben Simmons, Houston. That's the only way you're going to win the title. 7, Charlotte are the most fun team to watch in the NBA. They were until Brandon Spindles Miller went out literally 2 games into the season. Kalkbrenner, as I said, I love an NBA Gumby. LaMelo's fucking just a lunatic. You got that prick Miles Bridges. You've got Spindles Miller, but you've got Con Knipple doing cool shit. We still don't have Josh Green back, obviously, with his shoulder injury from the offseason. But there's just like some shit to Charlotte sometimes. Like all their games are going to go over. Colin Sexton is just like this fucking supercharged, awesome. He had to start this game as well. They had Knipple coming off the bench. And I'm like, this, like Sexton, LaMelo, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller. You're like, this is fucking basketball crack. Let's like, fuck defense. Like this rocks. Just roll it out there and see what the fuck happens. And then Miller gets hurt because of course he did. That poor fucking dude just can't stay on the court. But I don't know. I love it. Like Sion James is like randomly pretty awesome. Trey Mann, Mason, they've got TJ Salon. This team is just nuts. And I love them. I absolutely love watching Charlotte. Some of their jerseys look fucking immaculate. They're radical. The biggest problem is they can never stay healthy. So please stay healthy, Charlotte. I enjoy watching your silly fucking games. Number 8, Phoenix are a disaster and are going to give up the number 1 pick to whichever team fucking owns it because they don't. Is it Washington? I think it's Washington with a swap. And then they have to swap it if Washington don't need to swap. It then gets swapped with like Memphis or somebody. So I think if they obviously got the number 1 pick, I think Washington would land it. After that, it like maybe goes to Memphis from the Bane deal, and then Charlotte get like the worst out of all of these. So Phoenix don't have a pick in this year's draft, and they are fucking horrible. Like they are flat out a basketballing disaster class. And to sort of look back and go, yeah, hey, remember that bit where we traded absolutely everything for Brad Beal and Kevin Durant, and they're no longer in our team like 2 years later? This is why you should always be taking advantage of teams going all the fuck in, right? Like it is crazy. So Jokic has a triple-double in that game. It didn't matter. They just fucked them up. So the Suns won that first game against the Kings because the Kings are just shit house as well. But they had absolutely no hope in this game against Denver. Like zero chance. They're running out Dylan Brooks, who goes 3 of 13 from deep. Devin Booker is like the most well-paid player who just doesn't fucking care. He's like, I score 30 points, 28 points, 30 points, 36 points, 24 points, and none of it impacts anything. 31, 3, and 7 that game. Shot the piss out of it. The team fucking sucks, though. Like, Ryan Dunn, cool. Just, they're bringing in Nick Richards off the bench. You got Maluach, their rookie. It's absolutely basketball malpractice. And the funniest thing is going to be when they have to give Washington the number 1 pick. It's a disaster in the desert. Number 9, the Grizzlies have the Rookie of the Year. But Jim, you already said VJ Edgecombe was the Rookie of the Year. Nah, he's going to finish top 5 Rookie of the Year is my man, Cedric Coward. Did you see this game? He was fucking some. So Carter Bryant in San Antonio is also another little one to keep an eye on. But like randomly, the Spurs are sort of deep. So Carter Bryant might not play as much as someone like Cedric Coward because the Grizzlies are already fucked up by injuries, right? No Ty Jerome, no Scottie Pippen Jr. It's like, oh God, we have to play so much Ja Morant already. It's fucked. And like Jalen Wells has been super solid. Love me some Jalen Wells. KCP has like suddenly just been super solid. Also shot a magic number today. But Coward came into that game, completely changed it. And like in the second half, because it was still close, like Memphis went for, and then Memphis blew Indy the fuck out of the water because our man Cedric Coward had 27 points, went 6 of 6 from 3, 6 rebounds, 4. I think he had 22 of those in the second half. It was awesome. That rocked. And number 10, instant overreactions. The Amazon Prime broadcast is amazing and will push NBA broadcasting to a brand new level that will actually be so good for the sport, it will change the way the NBA is talked about and appreciated. That's how good the Amazon Prime and NBA on NBC broadcasts have been. For years, all we've had is like TNT and fucking ESPN shitting on the sport, shitting on the players, talking non-stop about trades, legacy. Is he still a top 5 player or like just some of the dumbest fucking shit. This, you got Udonis Haslem and Blake Griffin out there basically going, right, this is what these dudes are trying to do. And when this happens, they're doing this. And you're like, oh, I just got smarter. So the NFL does this really, really well. The NFL has like these weird things where they will have the dumbest shit imaginable playing to like, you know, the fucking masses of NFL fans out there who don't need more. But then they also they champion the sport that is being played. Like they love it. Like the NFL broadcast partners, like even with ESPN, they love, you know, not just the pageantry and the fucking ins and outs of like roster construction and all that sort of shit, but the actual product on the field. And for fucking so many years, it's felt like all of the NBA's broadcast partners like, these fucking idiots suck. Look at them taking all these, what a bunch of assholes. Fuck them. This is bullshit. Why would you watch it? And then they're like, geez, why are our ratings going down? This is weird. It's like, because you're telling us we're fucking idiots who are watching the sport that you don't clearly fucking like, you assholes. I love basketball. And the coolest thing about like NBA on NBC and Amazon Prime is that they are very clearly just fucking absolute hoop addicts. And I'm all about that sort of shit. When you got a 2-time MVP explaining like just fucking the intricacies of like a pick and roll and the coverage from that and like what basically you're having to do to a fucking actual defense and what a defense has to do to respond to an offense based around someone like Luka and shit like that. It is unreal. And if the NBA can get to this like broadcast level of that sort of intricacy, that sort of like kind of, you don't have to be a fucking cheerleader, but like a sense of optimism about how basketball works, that's a way fucking better place to be, and it rocks. Love that. All right, let's do an NBA Straya approved performer from the weekend.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
As I said, Wemby nearly had a triple-double with blocks. That was awesome. 29, 11, and 9 blocks. Absolutely absurd shit. But we're going to give this to Luka. Luka Doncic absolutely fucked the Wolves up. No two ways about it. 49 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and it came 2 days after Luka Doncic fucked up the Warriors, but they lost that game. So they at least even beat the Wolves. That was awesome. He was amazing. 14 to 28 from the floor. 5 of 12 on threes. Big thing for Luke when the threes drop and boom. 16 to 19 the free throw line. Everybody loved it. This is the sort of shit that Luka can just do on the reg, and it's terrifying. It was so good. But this is the problem. Like, he'll have a game like he had against the Wolves, and you need every one of those 49 points. He has, 43 or whatever the fuck it was against the Warriors the other day, and you're like, and it wasn't enough. That's the vagaries of today's NBA. Oh, it's a bit of a rough one, I'll tell you. Spud of the night.
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Oh, we have a new leader in the clubhouse for Spud of the year to date. 0 of 8 for Herb Jones. Brutal. He looked, it was pretty rough. 0 of 8. 0 of 6 for Isaac Okoro as well. That was pretty tough. 0 of 5s for Ace Bailey, Drew Eubanks, Cam Spencer. 1 of 9 shooting for Ray J. Dennis. Now, Ray J has a certain, cultural cachet. I don't know why Ray J. Dennis would actually have to go, hey, guys, I need to have that J in my name permanently like there, so you know that I'm Ray J. Dennis. So, all right, Ray J. Settle down. 1 of 8 for Josh Hart coming back. Had a rough shooting night as well. 2 of 13 for Jarris Walker. They need a lot more from him this year to the Pacers, considering they've got no more guards left, and it's just all over the shop. 3 of 12 for Dylan Harper. 4 of 16 for Ja Morant. It's all a bit of a rough one, isn't it? But thank you to everybody who stepped up, because we got Notorious KCP, Tristan De Silva, Reed Shepherd, Deuce McBride, a couple of others, as I mentioned earlier, Derek White from 3. They all went and shot. Oh, yeah. Shield. 311. Yerobirote. Thank you, gentlemen. Oh, mate, no mates.
Old 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 mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? How about, Luca getting blanked by everybody again was pretty funny. But how about, can we get Ant-Man a bit of help? That was just, that fucking game against the Lakers was just kind of tough to watch. You're like, Julius Randle. Oh, yeah. Hey, you know that Rudy Gobert is pretty big. You should probably throw him some lobs every so often. Joe Ingles had to come into that game and instantly was their best point guard. It was crazy. Rob Dillingham went out with a busted face, which was pretty brutal for the young fella. But yeah, they're just, I don't know, really all over the shop. The Wolves have just left me just fucking scratching my head. Ant-Man had 31, 4 and 5, shot 11 to 19. Meanwhile, Julius goes 9 of 16. You had McDaniels 5 of 12. Just someone help out our man, Ant-Man. And Memphis as well. As they were getting their asses kicked, I mentioned there's an incredible clip of a lady just yelling at them. I came here, I don't give up 80 in the first half. It was amazing. That rocked. Pantsing of the night, though. I love this one. It was a bit of a rough one, I'll tell you. Right, Jaylen Brown and his hair. He went full Carlos Boozer. I don't know if you've seen the clip. It's incredible. He leans his head down into the defender and leaves a giant fucking skid mark on his top. So he's gone full Carlos Boozer with the fucking shoe polish in his hair. And it got rubbed off. Not a great one there. Not a great look for Jaylen Brown. And the other one was poor Chet Holmgren. So Chet, I didn't really talk too much about that OKC game. They look fucking amazing. They're unstoppable, right? So Chet has 31, a million fucking rebounds, a bunch of blocks. SGA has 30 as well, because that's just what he does, a 35 and 5. But Chet Holmgren also got twice brutally. Onyeka Okongwu got him, and you're like, oh shit, that man's got a family. And then Mo Gay got him as well, and you're like, oh god, tag team back again. Let's do the wreck, fucking Chet up. It was crazy. But the Okongwu one, you're like, oh, that's fatality. Finish him. And then he got again. Poor Chet Holmgren. Pour one out. The big fella. He's an NBA champion, but he also got fully pantsed. Better than Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. This is just going to go back to Cedric Coward. That was awesome. So 27 points, 6 of 6 from 3. First Grizzlies rookie to hit 6 threes without a miss in franchise history. Very cool. 6 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal. He looked unreal. It was really fun. So yeah, I enjoyed that. The list of players who could also who have hit 15 plus points per game on over 80% true shooting percentage in their first 3 games. The list is Cedric Coward. That's literally it. So yeah, not bad. All right, that was pretty fun. How about everyone's favorites? Dodger Nation. Our Dodgers won 5-1 tonight to even the series. Cookie and I enjoyed hanging out with Dodgers crew and new Lakers owner Mark, Kim, and Samantha Walter, and our friend Les at the World Series Game 2 in Toronto. I love that just Les was just there. What do we say? Thanks, Magic. But it was a great one the other day. I think we got what was it? Yeah, the MVP one. Oh, yeah. It was the Ant-Man one. Just out of nowhere. Magic tweeted this. Another MVP candidate, Anthony Edwards, put up 41 points in the Timberwolves 118-114 win over the Trailblazers. Thanks, Magic. That was apropos of fucking nothing, too. It's just all right, sick. It's because, you were watching, Wemby. And you hung out with Felix Wembanyama? Sure. Anyway, finally, dickhead of the weekend.
Dickhead of the week.
The Jaylen Brown thing just does my head in. Hey, we're not profiting from all this gambling. Yes, you are, you dickhead. Where do you think the money comes from? It's not all State Farm insurance. What the fuck? It was jaw-dropping how much, how ignorant. I'm like, what? You're the vice president of the Players Association, you dickhead. Anyway. All right, let's do some quick yeah-nahs right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
and you're
Straya.
listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do some yeah-nahs brought to you by you. That's right, you can shout us a beer, shout us a tin, shout us a coffee if you want. Smash the link in the show description or in the link in our socials to go to the Buy Me a Coffee page. It's basically a Patreon, right? So go check that out. You can shout us a beer, hook us up, help keep the pirate ship alive. Appreciate it. Hoops. Thanks to all the legends who have signed up to the Dead Set Ledgers Club as well. That gets you exclusive, cool, extra podcasts and shit each month, which is fun. And also access to just the random shit I'm going to write about as I do up there. Right. Yeah, nah. Will Boston be okay? Yeah, nah. Yeah. Look, the threes will drop at points. But I guess once you take away the class and especially the defense of someone like Holiday, Tatum, awesome defender as well. Even the sheer size of the extreme zinger meal, right? Whoop, that's the wrong button. This one. Where's the extreme meal?
Extreme zinger meal.
Take that away and suddenly it gets a lot fucking harder. And so the people taking the threes, Pritchard, Anthony Simons, Derek White, JB, they've got to be fucking hitting him or your margin for error gets so much thinner without that class at the top. And I feel it's kind of weird. They're we'll start Peyton, but we'll bring Simons off the bench. It's that Pritchard fucking excelled coming off the bench and Simons has been a decent starter. It feels very much like the Celtics have overthought that. So yeah, I don't know, Jim. I'm fucking Joey Muzz over here. I'm the fucking championship coach, bro, and you're second guessing me, my friend. It's yes, I am. Oh, fuck you, dickhead. Let's go watch the town together. You're my best friend. Okay, thanks, Coach Muzz. Boston will be fine. They just need to figure that out. I'd say start Simons, send Pritchard back to the fucking bench where he won 6th Man of the Year, where he can carve up second fucking units, and away you go. Number 2, the Hawks a bit of a worry, Jim. Yeah, nah. Yeah, kinda. It just sort of feels everything feels a bit janky when you watch them. Like Trae Young is not being used, it feels like, properly on offense. It's like, oh, we'll send him to the corner. It's like, I don't know. You can't fucking generate offense and you're like using your best ISO creator like off ball. What the fuck, Quinn Snyder? Dyson's had a really slow start. Jalen Johnson already out of the lineup, and then so Zenger, and yeah. It's a bit of a worry, but it's also the sort of team that'll take a week or two, maybe a month, to sort of iron out just how all the new additions and all the different fucking things you need to do, like, get pointed in the right direction. We see this every year. Like, there's a decent team that sort of starts off slow, and you're like, oh, God, I think they'll be okay, but with so many new moving parts, it'll take a little bit to figure out. Can the Pacers bounce back, though, Jim? They're 0-2. Yeah, no. I was really fucking worried about the Pacers going into the season. They lose TJ McConnell. They've now lost Andy Nemhard. Like, that was just the way that Memphis fucked them up was like, oh, God, suddenly you're leaning, like, yes, next man up, awesome. But Ben Shepherd, awesome off the bench. Don't know about him as a starter. Benny Matherin, pretty cool, but when you have to lean on him heaps, geez. Siakam at an inefficient night, you get killed. That's how it works, right? The weirdest part for me was like, where the fuck was Johnny Furphy in that game? You're breaking my heart. Come on. It's our man, Johnny Furphy. I'm worried about the Pacers, and like that's why I went the under on their season over-under. And I felt pretty good about it. Just you lose your 1 and your 5. You're suddenly a lot thinner, and then boom, TJ goes down. Nemhard goes down. You don't have a point guard. Like, it's just a bit fucky. Pelicans. Are you concerned about them, Jim? Not really. I think they've actually been pretty good-ish. Like, they've had two... Like, that game against the Spurs was awesome. The game against the Grizzlies was a bit janky. They play the Celtics next up, which is going to be fascinating. But, yeah. 0-2... Pretty close games. I'm not concerned because Zion's playing and he's healthy, and that rocks. That'll get to us in a second. How about an unpopular opinion of the day?
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
This has been a really, really fucking fun start to the NBA season, hasn't it? And the unpopular opinion is, like, the betting scandal might just fuck off. Like, the FBI, as long as there's no other current players or coaches involved in fuckery, then it is a really massive story. Adam Silver has to, like, front Congress. And, like, his first, like, sort of remarks on record to, was it during the Amazon Prime broadcast as well, like, in the tunnel. And Cassidy Hubbarth, I think, was just, like, you know, grilling him over it. And he's just like, it's really concerning. No shit, because you didn't find any wrongdoing, no evidence of that. Oh, well, we're quite limited in what we can do. Really? They were counting the money back at Terry Rozier's house. What are you doing, Adam? Anyway, Adam Silver. Yeah, sure. Wants to be everyone's mate. I don't know if you can do that as a commissioner. Anyway, Outback Takehouse for today. It's Monday at Outback. Well, at least it will be tomorrow. So let's do a brekkie special. That's right. We've raided the bloody Swoopy Boys nest and gotten a couple of magpie eggs. So it's scrambled magpie eggs, only at Outback. Get a bit of bacon, a bit of wild hog. Off we go. We've got a feral pig that we shot out the back. Boom. You're laughing. Goes great with the flame grilled take. And the flame grilled take is the Pelicans should trade Zion Williamson right fucking now. Do it. He's healthy. He looks awesome. He's yamming on Wemby. You got to trade him right now. Like, there would be a team out there that go, fucking, yeah, Zion, shit, yeah. Sacramento would give up everything for Zion. The Suns, they've got no players left or draft picks to trade. But, what, God, could you just imagine that? Just saying, maybe the Wolves. Ooh, that'd be fun. Anyway, Australian Player Watch, let's do that. A bit of a weird one over the weekend. Josh Giddey was really, really good. There we go. Gids was really good in that Orlando game. 21-8-3, shot the piss out of it, hit a couple of threes, and they won. Like, I didn't want to sort of hit on the 10 instant overreactions like, Chicago are going to win the East. No. I just don't want to never build up the Bulls. Are they going to be better than 500? I've seen still like that. They've got such 500 energy that it blows my mind. But he was really good. 21-8-3, a steal, 7 of 18 shooting from the floor. Not that great, but 2 of 5 from deep. He's off to a pretty good start, I reckon. I'm enjoying that immensely. Dyson, though, that was the big one for me, right? I mentioned this earlier. He's had a really sort of strange-ish, sort of slow start. 8 points, 4 assists, 1 assist, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers. Hit his only 3 that he took. Minus 12, only 27 minutes. It's just... And then against Orlando, he had 6 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. It feels like he's the one who's having to do a lot of the sacrifice on offense. With Jalen Johnson back, with Zinger over there as well. And the dudes coming off the bench. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a rough start, I reckon, for our man Dice, which sucks. But anyway, you do get that on the big jobs. No Josh Green, obviously, still. No Furphy in that Memphis game for Indy. We did have a bit of Rock'em Sock'em Jock'em Landale, however. He's doing a pretty good job as your starter. He had 8 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist, and was a plus 19 in 26 minutes for the Grizzlies. 3 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 2 from downtown. He looked pretty good. I've enjoyed the Jock Landale starting experience. He had 18 minutes in that Miami just shit show where everybody got fucking killed and pulled early. So I only played the 18 minutes, 4 points, 5 rebounds, and a block. You get that on the big jobs, don't you, Jim? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Otherwise, who else did we have? We have Aussie Matty T in that win for the Portland Trailblazers over Golden State. Again, free Duop. Can we get him on Boston? He's making fuck all. Let's go. Duop got out there for 3 minutes and had a block, and that was it. But Matisse played 15 minutes against the Warriors, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 steals and a turnover, a plus 22 in 15 minutes. Went 3 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3, and 2 of 2 at the line. Matisse has been playing out of his fucking mind, mate. And I'm loving it. And then finally, I guess, our Cleveland team mates, when they beat the piss out of Brooklyn, and then nearly gave up the ghost and fucking shit down their legs and lost that game. But Tyrese Proctor only played the 12 minutes off the bench. 0 of 4 from the floor, 0 of 3 from deep, 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and that was it. Yeah, bit of a shit one, but get that on the big jobs. All right, quick. Andrew Gay's Graham Mumba Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence.
It's the first annual
Andrew Gay's Grey Mamba.
Outstanding achievement here. The Field of Excellence.
Let's do it. It's Nikola Jokic. He had his 69th, nice, triple-double of his career before the fourth quarter started. So he's had 69 times, nice, in his career. He's had a triple-double before the fourth quarter. That is absolutely off its fucking rocker how good that is. 14, 14, and 15. He's amazing. Like, the scoring was a little bit more efficient in this one, but wow, 69. Nice. Triple doubles before the fourth quarter is just patently off its fucking head, mate. All right. Patty Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in. Let's do that. What's Patty been up to? Go on, Patty. Let's do something cool. Nah, just hanging out in the gym. How about we go to our man? We get a bit of Jock Landale. What's he been up to? Oh, that's right. Jock posted the photo the other day. That was awesome. Spirit animal. Preseason in the new threads, looking pretty good. But then he posted the other one in the story of just, it was his birthday as well the other day. How good's happy birthday, Jock Landale. Looking pretty good in the Grizzlies gear. Having a sick one. Big dunk. Big block. Jock Landale. Crushing it. And then there's a picture of, oh yeah, he's doing 30. Nice. All right. Good stuff. Let's do some picks for Monday and Tuesday, shall we?
Game previews. Game previews.
Thanks, Inadvertent Bane.
Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going?
Yeah, not bad. Had a great 40th that I went to last night. A mate of ours. That was a fucking great time. Just sat back, drank a million beers, had some great food, talked a bunch of shit with a bunch of legends. Great fun. You know, sometimes those, like when you don't go fucking over crazy shit, it's just like it's hanging out, having a dinner. It was lovely. Enjoyed it immensely. So, let's go. It's a bit loud, eh? Anyway, so the rest of the weekend was pretty fucking chill. Lots of stuff going on, but all good. Right. So, and I guess this is how the show is going to continue to sort of roll out. I think we'll keep doing these Sunday nights for your Monday morning and sort of set you up for the week ahead. And then jump in, I guess, Tuesday afternoon, evening once the games are done. Try to slot that in before NFL Straya each week and set you up for Wednesday and then do like a Thursday night for Friday or something like that. So we'll see how we go, basically. It's a bit chaotic, but we're getting there. So how we're going on the picks so far is, I think we were perfectly 500 up until, how do we go today? I'll have to do a check on those next show. But that's all right. She'll be apples. Let's do it. Brooklyn going to San Antonio tomorrow. This one's at 5:10 a.m., so this one's probably over by the time you're even listening to this one. But anyway, Nets plus 11.5. They've been fighting back in a bunch of these games, which is kind of nice. Felt like, this is also the vagaries of the early season schedule. Like, no team's tanking yet, right? Some of them are just a bit shit. Some of them are just really fucking good. But the Nets, the way they fought back in that Cavs game was really impressive. So, plus 11.5 feels like probably a bit too much. But the Spurs, like, the Nets have got Claxton, Shaw, Day'Ron Sharpe. The Spurs are going to kill them. The Spurs, between Harper, Castle, Vassell and Colton Johnson, as long as like Wemby actually plays this game, they will smash them. So I'll take the 11.5. Boston, Detroit. This is a ripper of a game, isn't it? The Celtics are 3.5-point underdogs in Detroit. I got to go the Pistons. They're playing better. That game against Houston was really impressive on Saturday. Enjoyed that immensely. This one's at 6:40 a.m. So hopefully you're watching that as you're listening to this. But I'm going to take the Pistons. I feel like pretty good about that team. They look awesome. The Celtics could have like that, oh shit, we're going to hit all our threes in this one. But the Pistons, as long as they keep up that half-decent defense, like the way they sort of stymied the Rockets was pretty awesome. And the Celtics, look, yeah, just haven't looked that impressive. Got absolutely worked like a speed bag by the Knicks. Speaking of the Knicks, they take on the Heat. I do not like this Heat team, despite them kicking the fuck out of Memphis the other day. This is in Miami. It's a tough one. Knicks, could that Miami nightlife be undefeated? Maybe. Heat at 2.5-point underdogs. I kind of want to go the Heat, right? Each game, it feels like the Knicks have got like questions around OG Anunoby, questions around some of their other dudes. I'll take the Heat in this one. Don't like it, but I'm going to go the Heat. New York Knicks. Miami nightlife, undefeated. Milwaukee, Cleveland. This is a fun one too. I'm going to go the Bucks plus 6.5 in Cleveland. The Bucks have been super solid to start the season. I think Cleveland win this one, but the way Cleveland gave up the ghost against Brooklyn got me a little bit concerned. They're not crazy deep without Garland out there, and like when Lonzo's not playing that great or all this sort of stuff, they can be had. The Bucks, I mean, Giannis is just terrifying, and like I don't know, between Turner, Bobby Portis, they got a bit of size into them. So I'll go the Bucks plus 6.5. Let's go. Charlotte go to Washington. This over. We're going the over. Hornets plus 2.5. I've got to go the Hornets. I trust them a little bit more than Washington, even on the road. Getting the 2.5 points. Let's go the Hornets. That's a fun one at 9:10 a.m. Losing Miller, and we don't know actually what's going on with his injury just yet. But leaving that game is obviously not a great sign. I guess they are on a back-to-back too. But Washington, they just aren't very good. You know? Just saying. Anyway. Yeah. Bit of a shit one. Overextends his arm, felt bad, ran off to their thing. So I'm still going to go the Hornets. I think they're better than the Wiz. Indiana go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh, geez. On the back-to-back for the Pacers. Wolves smarting after a loss. That is a 12.5-point line for the Wolves. And I'm probably still going to take Minnesota. Indy is so just banged up and brutal. Let's go the Wolves. Bit of size there with Gobert and Randall as well. They should be able to work over that Pacers team. Toronto, Dallas. In Dallas. I want to go Toronto because I believe in them this year, but I think the Mavs have a nice bounce back in them in this game. And I think between AD, PJ Washington, and Co, the Mavs should be able to just eke out enough and win that one. The Lakers, Sacramento. The Kings are 1.5-point underdogs at home, and I'm taking the Lakers. They're a better team than this Kings team. Aren't they? You better bloody well hope so. But I mean, yeah, I'm going to go the Lakers. The Kings, the way they just eked by Utah was crazy. So, yeah, Kings, I think like Utah really fucked up. Like the combo of DeRozan and Levine just never felt like it was getting going. Then you got Russell Westbrook there in the mix. Souvlaki King came back for the Kings, which is good. I don't know how it's going to help them beat the Lakers though. So I'm going to go the Lakers. And then Blazers Clippers. Somehow the Blazers are 7.5-point underdogs in LA. I'm taking the Blazers. They just play tough. They kicked the shit out of the Warriors the other day. They're a hard-nosed team. I'm going Portland. So that's Monday's games. How about Tuesday? Bit of a look ahead. Holy crap, we're going on the massive slate. I'm just going to keep reading all this shit out. Cleveland at Detroit. And obviously, all these picks, I'll do like my 4 favorite in the morning videos as well after dropping off the squid. So Cleveland, Detroit, that is awesome. You wouldn't think that would be a really fun game like 2 years ago. Now it's amazing. Cleveland at Detroit. I think the Cavs might be too good for the Pistons in that one. The size might be a little bit too much when you've got Allen and Mobley, even on a back-to-back. Detroit home back-to-back against Boston and Cleveland. Jesus. I think Detroit win the first one, lose the second one. Orlando go to Philly. I think the Magic can actually win that. They got enough dogs on the perimeter defensively to at least maybe stymie Maxey and VJ at least a little bit. Let's go to the Magic. Atlanta, Chicago. Dyson versus Gids. Giddy up. I'm going to take Chicago. They've been pretty solid, pretty fun. Atlanta, just leave me feeling a bit weird. Brooklyn go to Houston. They're going to get killed by the Rockets. That's a nice get-right game for the Rockets, I'll tell you what. Boston go to New Orleans on a back-to-back after being in Detroit. I think the Pelicans win that too. Uh-oh. Boston could be in a lot of trouble. That's why I mentioned it earlier. Just saying. Toronto go to San Antonio after being in Dallas. Spurs having just hosted, Brooklyn. I think the Spurs can win that one as well. Bit of a tougher ass though. Toronto coming in. Road game for the Raptors. I think the Spurs depth might be a little bit too good though. OKC Dallas. That's a ripper. Dallas home, back-to-back. I'm going to take the Thunder just because they're better. They're awesome. Phoenix, Utah. I reckon the Suns might be able to eke out a win here, but at the same time, the Jazz have been solid, so fuck them. We're going the Jazz. Seriously, the Jazz size between Kessler and Lowry, when they're actually out there healthy and playing, like Keontae George, Sensabaugh, they've been really, really, really good. They're moving the ball. They're doing fun shit. Phoenix are just fucked. Denver, Minnesota. Give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. Minnesota hosting the Nugs. Gobert versus Jokic. I'm going to take Minnesota. The Nuggets killed the Suns today. The Wolves... Or actually, that's a back-to-back, I guess, for the Wolves. I might take Denver. Jokic is just masterful. It's fucking crazy. Memphis, Golden State, that's a ripper. The Warriors should probably win that one, though. And Portland, Lakers. That's a really fun game, too. Portland having just played, the Clippers the day before in LA. I'll take the Lakers back at home against the Blazers. Again, that LA nightlife is undefeated as well. Can't see Denny Avdija out there on the town getting shit-faced, having a great time. So, yeah. So that's Monday and Tuesday games for you. So I guess that's it. All done. What we'll try to do, I guess, is do a bit of a show Tuesday for you in the afternoon while probably a bunch of those games are going on. We'll hit on the same sort of things that we're talking about usually. So, any of the big stuff about the games. But really, I just don't want to fucking sit there and rattle off stats and shit to you. I'd rather sort of punch it out, even if it's a bit quicker. Just sort of the bigger picture sort of fun shit like we did today with the 10 overreactions, right? So I reckon that's what we'll do on Tuesday. Probably set that up so you can listen to that on Wednesday if you need to. And then probably tape another one Thursday afternoon so you can listen to that Friday for your weekend and go on from there. We'll see how we go. We've still got Jim Does Supercoach coming out as well. We've got NFL Straya each week. There's just a lot to do. So either way, there you go. Remember, you can find all the NBA picks and all that sort of stuff over at Double. Use the code NBA Straya. Link is in the show description. It's in the bio. Go hit that up if you want to follow all of our picks, all the same games we throw in there too. Go nuts. It's very fun. If that's your thing, cool. If it's not, also cool. But appreciate you. Right, that's it for today. We'll be back for Tuesday, I guess. Tuesday afternoon for your Wednesday, really. Yeah, we'll see how we go with the timing of NFL Australia. But in the meantime, make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. We're all over the socials at all times. You know that. Get around NFL Australia with myself and Gaz. Awesome week of NFL incoming. Can't wait for that tonight. And then also Jim Does Supercoach. With NBA Supercoach just fucking going off its head, we might have to change Jim Does Supercoach to probably tape on Mondays after the NBA switches over. And so we've got maybe a bit of a short NBA show, then a short NFL show on Tuesdays. We'll see how we go with that. Maybe the NFL show will be on the Wednesday, but we'll figure it all out this week. This is like the actual test run, so we'll see how we go. Either way, Jim Does Supercoach for NBA Supercoach. Rate, review, and start all of the shows, this one especially as well. I mean, jump in the comments, say g'day, drop us DMs, hit us up with nars. Just fucking get involved. Come on, hit us up. It does my work for me. Also, if you've got any feedback about the way we're going to start rolling out these shows and stuff, I'd love to fucking hear it. So, let us know. Rate, review, star, subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. Go buy a t-shirt if you want to. Just find it on the socials. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song, as well as House Hats, Joshua Delarentis, Fascinated Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Section 8, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. Smash them all on Bandcamp. Whatever your preferred music provider is. NBA Straya Sports Australian Band, so should you. All right, we're going to close out today's show with a brand new deli review. He's back, baby. And how good was Furphy's beer recos? Tell us what you reckon about that too. I think we've got another one for you this week that we're going to debut too. All right, we'll catch you on Tuesday, you dickheads. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would you? And later, Jose! Oi, how the fuck are you? It's your old mate Dally over here, just swinging by for my latest pop culture review on NBA Straya. And I've got to tell you, man, NBL season's back. I'm up here in Sydney and shit, having a good old fucking time, with my buddy KD. Not my old other buddy KD, but the other one, Kendrick Davis and shit, he's pretty cool. My mate Zave, he's pretty cool as well. It's pretty funny, me being from Maryborough, him being from Ballarat, and the Gong and shit. Just a couple of country boys hanging out in the big fucking smoke, it's really fun. Anyway, but the cool thing is, a bit of downtime here and there and shit, so fucking punched through a couple of movies on the old, iPad and shit, lying in bed, just fucking being, not on the tins, trying to fucking keep a lid on it a bit. And I finally watched that Superman's, the one with the dog and shit in it. And I was like, fucking, this is pretty good. So yeah, enjoyed that one. It was pretty bit of a, rolling adventure, wasn't it? Of Superman. And other people are oh, he's a bit of a pussy, this Superman. It's fucking, but he's still Superman, isn't he? And he's got a dog. That's fucking, how good are dogs? Dogs are the fucking best, mate. So yeah, it's pretty good. So I'll give it 22 out of 10 Deli ones. It was fucking pretty fun. I was never bored. And versus those other old Supermans, where it's real dark and fucking oh, I'm fucking Superman. And then the other dude oh, I'm Batman. And you're fucking, all right, dickheads. Why is everything dark and fucking dreary? This one was pretty undreary, so it was pretty fucking fun. Also, I like the robots. All right, there you go. That's it for this week. Catch us next time. Later, fuckos. Deli out. G'day, legends. Your mate Jim from NBA Straya here. That's right. I'm doing a thing at the end of the show. In the business, we call it a thing at the end of the show, I guess. I don't know. Either way, all I'm just saying is just make sure you're rating, reviewing, starring, subscribing across all of the apps that you use for NBA Straya. Jump in the comments, give us a shout. We'll bang you in nars. Any other questions? I'll have a crack. I've got nothing better to do, basically. Also, just ask any questions, tell me what you want to hear from the show, and sing out and let us know. And of course, if you want to help support the show, jump on the old dabble, use that code NBA Straya. Click on the link that's in the show description or on the socials. It goes up whenever I do the morning vibes, etc. So if that's your thing, jump on there, use that code NBA Straya, and remember, look after yourselves, would you?